Title: The Three Brothers and the Mountain. Once, in a quiet village surrounded by lush forests and rolling hills, lived three brothers, Taro, Kenji, and Hiroshi. Their parents had passed away when they were young, leaving them to fend for themselves. The brothers were known throughout the village for their strength, wisdom, and kindness, but they each had a different dream. Taro, the eldest, sought wealth and success. Kenji, the middle brother, yearned for knowledge and understanding, and Hiroshi, the youngest, simply wanted peace. One day, the village elder came to the brothers with an important task. "There is a mountain at the edge of the village," he said. "At the top is a treasure. It is said that whoever reaches the summit will be granted their heart's deepest desire. Go and find the treasure, and when you return, share what you have learned." The three brothers set off early the next morning. They carried little more than a few supplies, confident that they would achieve their dreams. As they approached the base of the mountain, they paused to look up at its towering peak, obscured by mist. "I will be the first to reach the summit," Taro declared. "The treasure will make me the wealthiest man in the village." Kenji, ever the thoughtful one, added, "I will seek knowledge and enlightenment. The treasure may hold the answers to the questions I've been searching for all my life." Hiroshi, the youngest and most serene of the three, smiled softly and said, "I seek peace, not treasure. If the mountain offers me peace, I will be content." The brothers parted ways, each determined to find their own path up the mountain. Taro, with his focus on wealth, took the most direct route up the mountain. His journey was fast but reckless. He ignored the warning signs of dangerous cliffs and unstable paths, pushing forward relentlessly. The higher he climbed, the more obstacles he faced. He encountered a steep, treacherous ridge that seemed impossible to cross, but Taro's desire for wealth blinded him. He struggled, but instead of finding a way around the obstacle, he tried to force his way through it. The effort exhausted him, and he finally collapsed, his body bruised and battered. Kenji, the middle brother, had taken a more cautious approach, seeking to learn from the journey itself. He moved slowly, paying attention to every step and every detail of the mountain. Along the way, he encountered a wise monk sitting peacefully by a small stream. The monk smiled gently and asked, "Why do you climb this mountain, young man?" "I seek knowledge," Kenji replied. "I wish to understand the true meaning of life." The monk nodded and said, "Knowledge is not found by rushing. It is found by being present in each moment, by understanding that the journey is the answer, not the destination." Kenji sat by the monk and meditated, contemplating the monk's words. As he sat, he felt a deep sense of peace. The mountain, instead of being a place to conquer, became a space of learning and self-discovery. Kenji realized that what he sought was not in a treasure at the top, but in the wisdom that could be found in every step of his journey. Meanwhile, Hiroshi, the youngest brother, had taken a different approach. He wasn't focused on reaching the top of the mountain or finding any treasure. He simply sought peace, and so he moved slowly, breathing deeply and observing the beauty of the mountain. He admired the tall trees, the birds flying above, and the gentle rustle of the wind through the leaves. As he walked, he encountered a monk who was sitting under a tree, meditating. The monk opened his eyes and smiled. "You seek peace, young one. But you must remember that peace is not something you find at the top of the mountain. It is within you, in every moment." Hiroshi sat down next to the monk and closed his eyes. The peaceful sounds of the mountain surrounded him, and as he breathed in, he felt a deep sense of calm. Hiroshi understood that peace wasn't something to be sought outside of himself. It was a state of mind that could be found in the present moment, no matter where he was. As the brothers continued their journeys, they each learned something important. Taro, after his struggle, realized that his relentless pursuit of wealth had caused him to lose sight of the things that truly mattered. He returned to the village, humbled and wiser, no longer fixated on material gain. Kenji, having sat with the monk and reflected on the nature of knowledge, understood that true wisdom was not about accumulating facts, but about being present and aware of the world around him. He too returned to the village, carrying with him a sense of clarity and understanding. Hiroshi, who had found peace along his journey, knew that the treasure he sought was not something external. It was the inner peace that came from accepting the present and embracing life as it was. He returned to the village, content and at ease, with a heart full of serenity. When the three brothers met at the foot of the mountain once again, they realized that they had all found what they were seeking, but it was not in the way they had expected. Taro had learned that true wealth was not found in gold, but in humility. Kenji had discovered that true knowledge was found in living fully, not just in intellectual pursuits. And Hiroshi had realized that peace was not something to be found in the world, but in the heart. Together, the brothers walked back to the village, each carrying a different treasure, one of wisdom, one of humility, and one of peace. And although they hadn't found the physical treasure that the elder had spoken of, they had found something far greater. The understanding that the true treasures in life are not material, but spiritual, and that journeying through life with an open heart is the greatest gift of all.